All right, welcome to the Eric J. the Great podcast show. Got a special guest on the show today. Hip hop group, Really Bad People. How are y'all doing today?
Doing great, man. Living the life.
How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. Just another day. Just taking it day by day.
Right.
So we'll start off by playing one of your songs, and then we'll get into the questions.
Sounds good.
Shawty say that I'm a rock star, sipping walk hard, go far. Yeah, said I really need it for the weekend. Keep it secret, yeah. Doing this all day. We gon' make it through the rain. Put a thing in the check. She need a coupe, I need a red. She wanna fuck round, crash out. Know that shit ain't new to me. Flex now, ass out. Don't know what you do to me. Talk shit, little bitch. Scrolling on the Twitter feed. Pop out, bust down. Fuck me, fine, sunny, baby, rolling. I've been going. Homie gotta push the whip, cause all homie stole it. We been dipping like a chip, and I hope they notice. I been acting like a dick, and I know she noticed. She be acting kinda crazy with my babe. She said when you sign a deal, she won't even say it. She said how you gonna feel when the bitches play. She said how you gonna feel when these niggas change me. Shorty say that I'm a rock star, sipping walk hard, I'ma go far. Yeah, said I really need it for the weekend. Keep it secret, yeah. Doing this all day. We gon' make it through the rain. Put a thing in the check. She need a coupe, I need a red. I've been feeling like a rock star. Lately I've been going too hard. Drinking liquor in the phone car. I've been smoking so heavy, got me feeling like a whoa. I can't even say 'cause it's
All right, that's the Rockstar song by Really Bad People. If you ain't never heard that song, go check that out on YouTube. That was one of the first songs I listened to when y'all manager first contacted me when I went to y'all guys' YouTube channel.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. It was definitely fun making that one. It's kind of the one that everyone knows us by for right now, so we're kind of trying to just run with that and keep putting out these new ones for now until we can match up back up to that scale. You know what I mean?
For real,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah, absolutely. That song kind of reminds me of trying to think of what's that guy name? It gives me that what's that artist's name? He made that song Roxanne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arizona's their base.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite artists. I'm like, I was like, that gives me that type of vibe. I like
Yeah,
that.
he's
we
definitely
definitely
an
heard
influence
that.
of mine, bro.
Yeah.
He's definitely an influence of mine. I definitely have been tapped into his music for a long time.
Right. Yeah,
We definitely tried to make something that was kind of like a mainstream radio song, but it also had like, rap verses that you wouldn't probably hear on the radio on it too, just kind of like a genre blend. It's kind of a lot of what we do.
For real.
We all make different types of music and then just try to mash it together.
Okay. Yeah, man. I like that happy, upbeat type of music.
Yeah.
So
Right.
so first off, man, where you guys from and how old are y'all?
Springfield, Missouri. I'm 25.
25.
I'm gonna be 29 in a week.
Okay.
Yeah, that's old. You know.
And
I'm an old man.
and what's you guys' names and like your real names and your rap names individually?
My name is Kenyon. My rap name's Chaos. Kayoss.
I'm Cody. I go by Kid Codeine.
No, I'm Christian. I go by $10.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what inspired you guys' rap names individually, and what inspired the rap name Really Bad People as a group?
Hard, but for real, just like hard times when I was young doing some crazy shit for real. Like I've done a lot of, I like my fair share of the party favors and but I think that's probably coding is probably like the closest call I've ever had. So like with like being in trouble. So I definitely my name's Cody, Codey, and I don't know, after that like scary incident, I just was like, because I was trying to figure out my name, but like that seemed, I didn't want to be like Lil anything, but I was like, I'll be Kid Codeine, just had like a certain, you know what I mean, and it made sense. So I was like, all right, this is what I'm gonna stick with.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't really have like a cool story for mine. I kind of just accidentally just picked it. My name started with a K. I didn't really know. I didn't really want to go with my normal name. I was going by that for like a year and a half, and then kind of just came out in a song one day, and then I was like, I'll run with that and switch it now before it's too late. So
Okay.
yeah, not really special with mine. I wish there was something badass I could say every time, but like it's the most mediocre. Like I just picked one type thing. You know?
At least you didn't pick it out of a rap generator.
Right,
Rap
yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
generator.
like, it is what it is. I just picked a word that I thought was necessary. You know?
It's a good word.
Yeah.
My last name is Tyndall. So if you added an A to the end of it, it would sound like $10. And like I started rapping in like 2010. So like I don't know. I don't even know if 50 Cent was like even big then, but I don't know. I was trying to make like funny rap and I thought that'd be a funny name. And then just started to get a little fan base and I was like, fuck, I can't change it now. I fucking hate it. Like I hate it now. Like fucking what, 12 years later? Just like fuck. But I mean, but you know, I'm glad that we have the really bad people name now. So like I can just say, oh, I'm in this group, really bad people. I don't have to say like $10 because if people usually laugh. I usually just say 10 now. And like people think I'm saying Tim. So I just let them think that.
Timothy.
Yeah, his rap name's Tim.
Mm.
But the really bad people name, I don't know. I think me and you were talking about it at the old studio one day. And it's just
Yeah.
like,
We started with a lot more members, kind of dwindled it down to who was just working, you know what I mean? And people that weren't working just faded off eventually. So we were trying to think of something that was a lot more of a group name than, you know what I mean, just 4 and then 3. Because there was like 6 of us at the time, and we felt like, I don't know, everybody else was kind of like trying to find some way to call themselves really bad people in their names without just saying they're really bad people. So we just thought it'd be kind of a play on words to just
yeah.
literally just say it the most blunt form you can, you know what I mean? So it's kind of just where we are, you know, what we landed on.
Yeah.
Okay. So describe the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear your hometown, and each of you guys individually just kind of describe the struggles and stuff, things you had to endure coming up as a kid, things like that.
I moved to Springfield a few years ago, so I'm from like a small town called like Sparta. I think he's really the only one who's from here. So I mean, my small town didn't really have shit. No one liked hip hop, no one did anything like that. I lived in a trailer, you know what I mean? So it's just like it was a environment that for some reason just never clicked with, you know what I mean, what I liked and what I did. So I kind of moved out when I was 18 and moved up here to the city, you know what I mean? But this is what I would call home. And when I think of Springfield, I think of just music. Like I'm so engulfed in the scene that like there's so many people here that make music that I feel like it's overlooked because we're right between Kansas City and St. Louis. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's a huge hip hop hub right here because everyone that's from those two towns kind of end up falling in this area. You know what I mean? Eventually. So it's you know, we definitely got good ass Chinese food and we got good hip hop that no one knows about right now, in my opinion. But man, cashew chicken was invented here. So definitely Chinese food all the way for sure.
I'm from El Dorado Springs. It's a small town, and like my parents were born and raised there. Their parents were born and raised there. It's a small town, like, and the drugs there is really bad. Like, it's a place like you either end up working there at a plant in like a nearby town, or you end up living on the other side of 54 highway, like on the downtown area, like doing some kind of drug. Like it's definitely bad. Like meth's terrible here in Missouri. Like it's probably like the 417's like one of the the meth capital of the world. Like it's bad here.
I don't know, like factually, but I feel like
Bro.
it is, man.
Well, they
for
used
real.
to call it. They used to call meth 417.
Yeah, like it's
I believe
literally a term for it. Like our area
Yeah.
code is a slang for meth.
The
So,
white is rough around these parts.
for real. Like
You
you've
get a
got
hold of people.
like hillbilly gangs, it's like spray painting the inside of abandoned buildings, 417, like all types of crazy shit. So like you either, and music wasn't a thing there. So like I actually caught a scholarship in school to go to Sedalia for music and shit. But like I didn't know how to fucking read tabs or count or do like read notes or anything like that. I played everything by ear and did everything by ear. But I went there, learned a little bit, and then just like dropped out, moved to Springfield, and then like probably like within the last 5 years, we like just slowly made a name for myself. All of us individually made a name for ourselves, and then we just like had the same goals and the same drive for shit. So we just kind of fucking linked up.
Yeah, I mean, Springfield is I don't know,
Getting
like a
jail.
hub for like everybody talks about crackheads here because like there's just crackheads fucking everywhere walking around. Like for real, it's just a thing that you just get used to.
I almost hit one today at work. Like for
Yeah.
real, like
Yeah,
it's
and-
like walk right out in the middle of the street, and I'm like, "Why are you?" She's just like, "Nope, nope, 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 nope. Just gotta move along."
but on the good side of it, the music scene is growing here. We don't get like huge acts that come here, but
I
like
mean, we get some though.
yeah,
yeah, dude, bro,
I mean,
like
Come
I
on.
mean like huge mainstream
bro,
acts.
Stunner for Vegas was here.
yeah, Waka Flocka
fucking-
came through. Little Skies just came through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we get good
MGK
people.
normally stops here once a year at the
Yeah, he played
Galois.
this- yeah.
Like,
I guess
Few
yeah.
years
Childish
ago- few
Gambino
years ago
came
we had
through.
Ray Shrimmer. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
Juice
people be
WRLD.
coming through here. This
Like-
scene's growing for sure.
dude,
Yeah.
the talent that's here is absolutely like set. Like people need to tap in because some people here got some shit going on. Like,
Oh yeah, our borders keep increasing too as people from other cities are coming here
for real,
just to
just starting
kick
their
it.
career musically.
like these guys. A lot of the people that have come here like were not like born here.
Yeah,
They just come here to either they're from a smaller town or they're from a city that's too big.
I knew I could do
And
shows
just
on the
come here.
regular here
Mhm.
and get to a point where you can sell them bitches out once a month.
Mm.
So, and it's like, unless you're going to Kansas City or St. Louis, because like in Missouri, Springfield is like Springfield, St. Louis, and Kansas City is literally a triangle. Like those two cities are bigger, but a lot of the people that like want to escape gang violence or poverty from Kansas City or St. Louis, they'll take their families to Springfield.
Yeah.
So Springfield's kind of been a hub for like, you know,
Yeah, it's like a mixed cultural hub because there's so many different types of people here too. You know
yeah,
what I
for
mean?
real.
Like
It's right
that-
by the border of Oklahoma.
there's-
You go to Joplin and you're in
I'm
Oklahoma.
sure it's just like that everywhere else, but there's lots of places that like aren't even like English speaking like businesses and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I love going into like that Hispanic food market. I think it's right off National, but it could be Glintstone. But it's
Yeah.
like little places like that are so sick to just kind of experience and not have to just be stuck in the same, you know what I mean? Like
real.
revolving environment of like fast food joints and stuff because there's actual things to experience.
Right. So did all of you guys have 2-parent households growing up and any siblings?
I had my parents split up when I was like 5. My dad was a huge musical influence. It was a little rough in my main household, my stepdad and my mom and shit. But like my mom sang like a bird, and my dad played guitar and jazz in a jazz band, and we'd go to all kinds of festivals and shit when I was super young and shouldn't have been there. But like that was a huge musical influence. But like, yeah, definitely didn't have like my main two parents there. But yeah, shit was pretty rough over there at my mom and my stepdad's crib for real.
Mine's almost literally exactly the same. My parents split when I was like 6, maybe 7. My dad went to prison when I was maybe like 9 or 10. So I lived with my mom and my sister's dad, and it wasn't necessarily the greatest, but my mom did the best. So like I'm thankful for that, you know what I mean? And my dad got out when I was like a teenager, so we kind of like rekindled knowing each other a little bit, but I don't really see him very often. Like he lives in Mexico, so it's just like I kind of really just had like my mom and like my grandma for the most part, you know what I mean, growing up.
Okay.
Yeah, my parents are split up too, and they both got remarried. But I mean, I was pretty lucky. I mean, they both got along, and like for my birthday every year, they would both get together and take me to Branson or something like that. So that was dope. As far as musical influence, my dad was in a band. My uncle, my other uncle, both my other stepdads are in a band. So
And they all shred.
yeah, and so that's all. That's what's been such a blessing, is because I feel like if I was in another environment, they would probably think I was wasting my time or something like that. But they supported. I think, you know, all
Yeah, dead ass. Like
Yeah.
where we're sitting right now. Like they put this place together, this badass fucking studio. Put
yeah,
this place together and shit. Like they're that's something like my parents, they don't really support this shit like that at all. You know, like they're just like, you should be doing other shit.
yeah,
But 25, a lot of the skills that I have at this age revolve around this, like making music, doing performances, doing the hard shit. You know, a lot of people don't understand is how much time, how much shit you got to sacrifice. Like time is the big one. Fuck, bro. I
And
mean,
it is
just,
like the nice thing about having, if you do have parents that are like accepting of it, because it's like shit. My dad fucking wrote songs his whole life and played guitar and shit, so it's like he understands that it's not just like, oh, we're just trying to do this and like we're putting minimal effort out. Like he
yeah,
struggled and
it's
like
their fault I'm
you know
doing
what I
this
mean?
shit.
Like didn't do this, so
It's
just
their
like,
fault
yeah,
I'm doing this shit. They
Well-
should have told me I should be doing this shit. And then, you know, fucking here we are, man. It's just like you gotta take some bullet, you gotta take some bruises, you gotta fucking fall on your ass multiple times,
Well,
get
you gotta-
fucked over, spend money where you shouldn't spend money. Just learn.
you gotta treat it like a business. Like if you don't like have a strategy or have a plan, like it's gonna fall and you're gonna go out of business. But that's what we try to treat it like a business. It's like, cool, making music is making the songs are like 50%. The other 50% is like, how the fuck are we gonna get people to listen to us and hear us? Because the music game, like even the rap game, is oversaturated. Anybody can be a rapper now. Like anybody.
We
Like
say that, bro.
That's
but
why
we
you just
have,
gotta find
we
your
have,
core.
we have
You have
so
to
much
find your
fun
core
doing
audience.
this shit.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's what most people don't do,
Oh,
is they
definitely.
just take the
It's fun as fuck.
songs and they drop them. And then that's it. There's no plan. Like, so we try to just stack up music, and then whenever we drop something, have a little bit of a plan on how we're going to push that and make sure to get our money's worth of it.
yeah.
So what were some activities y'all was into as kids?
You know, dude, I was like I had such anxiety as a kid and shit. And I did not want to I didn't even tap into I was singing and doing stuff behind closed doors for a long time, but like I didn't even start hitting the stage, like doing stuff in front of people until like junior year of high school.
I was
So-
always just like a drama geek, so it's like I was just doing like poetry and plays and shit. You know what I mean? Like my whole life, like I did speech and debate, read poems all year, every year, as long as I can remember. And so it's like I don't know. I just kind of transpired that into
Damn.
this. I've kind of just been rapping forever. You know what I mean? Just not like with over a beat. So now I'm just doing it over a beat, so it's easy.
That's
But it's
what,
like I don't
I
know.
was
Like I went
doing-
to state in high school for poetry and stuff, so it's like I don't know. I was
Damn.
constantly just reading poems. You know what I mean? So it's like
I did
that's
show
it.
choir, singing and dancing, senior year of high school. For real. I mean, like I didn't do choir the whole time, and our choir teacher. We had a small school, so everybody knows everybody. And I was singing all the time. And Mr. Allenbaugh was the teacher there, and he was like, dude, I will literally like, I don't know what you want me to do. You don't even have to try out. Just do show choir your senior year. I was graduating, and I was like, you don't have to do that. I'll try out. So I went and tried out. He let me in, and then it was like, I don't know. We was just on stage, and I was hooked. I was definitely hooked. It was like, yo, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do this as a living, because I would like die before I stopped doing this shit for real. Like I'd definitely croak over before I stop hitting the stage. This has to be a full-time career. So
I made like I was in speech and debate, but I feel like I was like one of the first people, not one of the first, probably one of the first 1,000 people that was like making videos on YouTube. Like I just like doing art, whether it's like
you did a bunch
speech
of
and debate.
skits and shit.
Yeah,
They
like
were hilarious.
Don't go look them up.
They were
Yeah.
hilarious.
Don't go look them up, but they're cringy as fuck. But like, yeah, in middle school, like all of us would just get back together after school. I had like the video camera with like the tape cassette in it, and we would just like make stuff, and I'd go edit them. And but I've always just like doing artistic things, whether it's like writing or drawing or making videos. And I think that's kind of why I got into making music too, because it's like one of the first things that people actually paid attention to. And so I was like, fuck it. But yeah, I mean, besides that, I was one of the first guys in my school to actually get a car. So I just drove everybody around and drank, and that's mostly
Drinking and
what
driving, eh?
Yeah. Wrecked a couple cars, you know. Not me.
Nothing's changed about this man, if you guys are wondering.
Well,
since
no,
high
the thing
school.
is I never wrecked any car because I never liked driving, but I had a car, so I would just let everybody else drive. And
Yeah,
like
right.
they didn't have a license or whatever, and they just wanted to drive a car, and I was like, fuck it. Like I hate driving you bitches around. Everybody's screaming in the car, but just like music's so loud. But yeah,
You're gonna go to your reunion so bad. Fucking
not
For real.
yeah.
Fuck.
I never hung out with any of those guys. I don't think they'll be at my reunion.
Right. So who are some of you guys' favorite artists growing up? Like what were some of the music artists y'all looked up to?
And oh man, like not even hip hop, because I was like before I was like really into doing hip hop music, I was like doing Ed Sheeran type shit.
Oh,
Like I had an acoustic guitar and I was writing my own songs. So like, dude, all the way from like Johnny Cash to like Michael Jackson to the Steve Miller Band to all the way to Stevie Nicks to 90s punk, like Sum 41, Green Day. Like I really don't have I even like some country music, but like hip hop influence really got me. Like, bro, when the Migos dropped their first album, I was like tapped in before they was even famous. Me and my buddy Kellen was like listening to their shit. Then they dropped their second album, and then they went to go drop their third album, and they said that it was canceled on Twitter, and then they like dropped it immediately, like when they said it was canceled for no reason. Migos, and then Young Thug was probably like Thug, like his whole facade of everything he did was fucking just one, not afraid to just say fuck you and everything that you want me to be, and then do his own sound and the melodies and stuff, because like that's where I really come in clutch, is with the melodies and shit. And like from Thug, he just was able to switch the shit up, and I've listened to so much of all their whole line of music, so like they're definitely a huge influence.
I don't know, man. I really just kind of always been a hip hop head. When I was younger, like the Carter 3 was the shit to me. Like I knew
Yeah.
every word of that. Like I probably forgot it by
I didn't
now.
even say that,
But I
yeah,
swear to
me
God, you
too.
maybe toss
Me
on the
too.
Carter 3, I might be able to sing 70% of it at this moment. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. That was,
Let's play
great.
right now.
I found, Mac Miller when I was younger too, which I thought was awesome because it's someone I feel like I could,
Favorite.
relate to in this industry. When I got older, I really started to dig deeper into more like the lyrical stuff, like J. Cole, Kendrick, you know what I mean? But my personal favorite is like Action Bronson, you know what I mean? I like that old school, that New York sound, like Wu-Tang, Bronson, stuff like that. Now that I'm, older, whatever.
That'd be
appreciate
his
it more,
number
but-
one collab for real.
But Lil Wayne, man, I gotta give like Lil Wayne and T-Pain, like I don't think I would enjoy music right now as much as I did
Swear,
as like
bro.
my
Yeah.
age of people. Like Lil Wayne and T-Pain were dominating everything, and it's just like I got the T-Pain app, and me and my homies would be in our room, and we would just be doing stupid
Bruh.
stuff on the T-Pain app. You know what I mean? And it's just like I don't know. Like my first ever time recording ever was I was just spitting a milli on Audacity over a Rock Band mic in my homie's like closet. So it's just like I gotta give it to Wayne and T-Pain for sure, being my early influences of being like, wow, this is the coolest shit I've ever heard in my whole life. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
T-Pain
Changed
is
it
a
for me.
T-Pain, I feel like is fucking underrated till this day. Dude.
And Nelly too,
Like,
because like we grew up in Missouri, so it's like I didn't even realize until I was older that Nelly was fucking from here. Like I just heard him so much growing up that like I don't know, it was just almost irregular. And then I was like, wait, shit, Nelly's like 3 hours away. You know what I mean? Type shit. So that's another person I feel like when I was younger that it was like, damn, I didn't realize, you know what I mean? Like why
yeah,
he was
like
so popping in this
a lot
area.
of like Missouri for some reason isn't like a hub for this shit, but so many fucking people come out of here, dude. Rich the Kids from fucking St. Louis, like
Comethazine, Metro
dude,
Boomin,
Smeeto,
Nelly, yeah.
like I mean,
Tech Nine.
dude, like there's so much shit going on here, and
Yeah, Smino's a huge influence in like my
Oh my
music now.
God,
I think
dude.
I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he's got,
like and the
such
influence
unique
doesn't stop. I
flows
still
and stuff,
find
for sure.
artists today that influence me in my music. So it's definitely not a one-stop shop. Fucking I try to constantly keep listening to new music. So
I'm still bumping that old shit. I ain't gonna lie, but yes.
I don't know, man. Like staying relevant's a big thing, and like there's some artists out here that fucking just refuse to do it, and there's some artists that do. Like Lil Wayne was just like he was asked how to stay relevant. And he's just like, man, instead of hating on these motherfuckers, figure it out, because this is just what people
Yeah.
want to listen to, and if people want to listen to this, it's feng shui. Like be with it, and if you're not, then just like hop off the boat, because like your ship has sailed. But if your ship hasn't sailed, you're gonna get in with it, and you're gonna figure out a way. So definitely.
Yeah. Well, to answer your question, for these two girls got to gabbing.
Man, fuck him. I
Yeah.
don't know if we can say that on here, but
But we said fuck like 1,000 times in this whole thing.
all right.
Feel
then,
free
man.
to say fuck me. But yeah, Wayne and Mac Miller were the two guys that kind of really got me into it, because I mean, I would say Eminem too, but it feels the same way as kind of saying Wayne. Wayne is just amazing, and just like especially whenever I first started, it's just like no one had ever heard anything like that before. Before that, it was just like all the stuff that Cody was saying. I was into like Green Day and Sum 41 and Blink-182 and like pop punk bands and stuff like that. But once I heard those, Mac Miller and Lil Wayne and Eminem, like I knew there was like a whole another music spectrum out there. And I wish I could do some band stuff, and but I can't sing. So I got Cody now.
Just
so that's
wait.
dope.
Party coming soon.
Yeah.
RBQ
But-
rock song.
But I like rap music too, and so I fuck with that, and I'm glad I am able to do it.
Yeah, so recall y'all first time going to the studio individually and as a group.
Oh,
My first time was at a place called Orange Grove here in town with our homie Space, who actually works at our current studio that we have up and going. I met him at a show, and he was like, yo, I work at a studio if you want to get your shit sounding right, because I was just like, I got a show off of me just recording at my crib with no master, you know what I mean, type shit. So he was like, yo, slide through and let's make this sound a little better for you, you know what I mean? So that was probably about 3-4 years ago, probably end of 2017 that I met him. So he's been my engineer since. Been kicking it for sure.
I actually like moved here, and there really wasn't a to-go studio here at the time. Like Orange Grove, I didn't hear them at the time. I was like working at a place called Pickleman's, and my guy was like, "Yo, you got to go to this Adam Scholler guy." I went there. Shout out to him. Super expensive. Not even gonna lie. He had like a fucking state-of-the-art studio, and I was like, "What the fuck am I doing here?" And the guy that was trying to manage me at the time went halvesies with me on the time, and it was like $125 for me. So it was expensive. Like, dude, he was normally recording full bands. And then I did one song with him, and then I ended up recording with Kevin Dunn, and then Adam Scholler went on to produce Katy Perry's like I forgot the last album she dropped, helped produce the whole thing, and then like moved out of here and went to LA. So I was like, fuck, you must have been doing something right. So I had linked up with Kevin Dunn. Did you ever record with Kevin?
I've been over to Rockets, but I never recorded there.
We definitely recorded there. And once that place, once Kevin had so much shit going on. 10 ended up open middle 8, got space in there he was talking about, and they just been growing so much. Like they was in a building that they probably shouldn't have been in to record music, but now we're in a like state-of-the-art studio and whatnot, and it's just like what 3 years just come up after come up after come up after come up. So
Yeah, I like you were saying, I went to Baracus, and I fucked with it like for real, and I was just one of those people that was just like, I don't want to like pay for this all the time. I'd rather just like make my own. Like that's how we've been doing with kind of a lot of things.
Hip hop game, you gotta invest so much money. The last thing you want to be paying is creating
Constant
this
hourly
motherfucking shit.
studio time. Yeah.
Like,
So
you gotta pay. You gotta buy this beat from a producer who may not even give you the exclusive, maybe, unless we're making it ourselves. And then to everything else that it comes to getting the paperwork signed, filling split sheets, turns into a pain in the ass for real.
The first time we got together in the studio, there was like we thought we were gonna have like 9 people in the group. So we just had like 9 people
We
get
kinda
together.
started
We didn't
out as
even
a
bring an
label.
engineer. Tim and I were just gonna record everybody and kind of figure out what we had going and who was gonna do what. And it was just like we couldn't get like we probably did that 3 times and got maybe 2 songs done because there's just too many heads bumping on what needed to happen. You know what I mean? So it was not very fruitful until it decided to be a group of 4, us 3 and our homie Chris Mack, RIP. And then we got in to make like our actual album, and that was the first time I feel like I was in the studio with several other people that were all on kind of the same page, and we were there to make a song and, you know what I mean, try to do it correctly and stuff. And it really has pushed me as an artist to do things differently, because you're not just like at your house taking as much time as you want, flipping through every single beat, doing whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of forced to, in a competitive but in a good way, you know what I mean, make sure that you're on topic and on par.
We're
and
constantly
staying tentative because
one
it's
up
just
shit. Just
yeah.
constantly one up and shit. Like a lot of people in this game got just the ego and pride and shit just really gets in the fucking way. And that's why Chaos 10 and Chrismac, we all just vibed at I don't know, man. This shit, we could just constantly do something fucking insanely fire and then just be like, yo, what am I gonna do on this motherfucker?
Right, like it didn't matter.
Just
you
like,
know what I mean?
what am I gonna do on this motherfucker? Because we got people, that be trying to pay for a feature, and then they get that sumbitch, and they're like, I look stupid on this. I don't know if I want to do this no more. And then they don't even drop it. And if they do, it's like a year and a half by hoping nobody listens to the shit. It's like, man, fuck that. If I do I'm trying to make a hit. So.
Right. So as far as y'all process, are you more of a writer or a freestyler?
I can't freestyle worth a shit. if I want it to be good, I really like to try to think about everything I'm trying to put in there. Cody be doing some freestyles for the most part. And it's not that like I might write a 16 in the length someone freestyled it. It might just
I
spew
can't-
out of me. You know what I mean?
I really
But
can't freestyle a verse yet, but like I'm trying to get to the
Not
point
something
where
I really
like I'm
practiced.
really trying to write, at least put it together while I'm in the booth. But like I don't know, we're trying to get to the point, man, where we can just come in here and I don't know, my brain, my attention span's like short. So if we can, if it's like the first time I hear it and then I'm in there and we hit the record button, I know I can cook something up. But I'm always trying to. I never came to the studio unprepared, so I'd never want to show up unprepared. And I know, you know, and the price be always getting in the way too sometimes. But like with the way that shit's going and the way that fucking people are working with us now, it really hasn't been that big of an issue. I've been coming in here and really trying to. People have been getting features and shit, so I'll be sliding in here and just trying different stuff, and it's been working so far. Like I've really been trying to practice just getting it straight off the top. Don't listen to the beat, don't think about it too much, and just hit the record button and see what sticks. Because I feel like that's when you try to think about it too much and you start saying all the good shit, you start forgetting it. You're only getting like 75 or 25% of what you're saying written down. It's like you could just catch that real quick if you're just in there, hit the record button. Our producers, they'll be hitting the record button when you're not like even paying attention sometimes.
Mm.
You know,
in a good way. It
just
doesn't mean
no,
anything
it's
about
in,
it.
like just catching shit. You know what I mean? That you be doing off the top that they're like, yo, you need to keep this shit. So that's definitely taught me to just try to get in here and
Feel it.
yeah, feel it out in the booth.
Okay.
You be freestyling 10.
So
He doesn't freestyle.
Fuck no.
Figured I'd let him answer it. So you know.
so you know, like anything that you're good at, you got to get well, anything that you're doing, you got to get confidence in it. So like when was that moment for y'all as far as getting confidence that y'all could really pursue this as a career?
Like when people actually started, like, at least whenever I was like solo, I went like years to like nobody would listen to it. Then I don't even know when it happened. Just eventually one day, just people started listening, and that gave me the confidence to continue.
Probably really wasn't until I hit a show. Once I feel like I went and did a show and people were like, damn, I was not expecting that. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know what? Me either. And it's just like, I feel like that was kind of the boost there that I was like, damn, the shows is where it's at. I can really let loose at these. You know what I mean? So, yeah, probably my first or second show.
Probably like when I first got out of my like big relationship, like where I had my son and shit. For real. Like I was making music before that, but after that, I was like not trying to hide nothing. I'm like, man, fuck this. I'm not hiding who I am. Like, and just made my first like in studio album, Roses Are Red. And that whole album is just like, I was definitely at my lowest point. And it's kind of sucks because I feel like I make my best music when I'm at my lowest point, but I'm getting to the point where I'm not relying on that stupid shit to make good music. And it's just relying on just getting in here, filling it out. We got good shit happening. And it's definitely the first time in my life I've ever been doing something that I like and have had good shit happen. Normally I'm doing shit that I like and we're spending too much money. But normally I'm spending too much money and shit's not happening. We're spending money and shit's happening. So, you know, I'm at a good point.
Okay. So are you guys independent, right? And if so, if a right label situation come across, would y'all sign, or would you stay independent if y'all start to
We
pick
have
up
a
on revenue.
distribution deal through a company called EQ, which is owned by like Rock Nation. So we're technically signed through distribution right now. Not like a record deal, but as of right now, like we are independently doing everything, but we have a company that we're working with. So
Yeah,
Okay.
we did the coast to
yeah.
coast. I don't know if you've heard of coast to coast live.
No.
It's like they basically go from every big city in the United States and throw
It's just like a hip hop competition for every
yeah,
state.
and we won the Missouri leg. And when we secured that deal,
St. Louis technically.
yeah, and when we secured that, we went to Brooklyn and met with some executives there at the Rock. Where was it? At Rockefeller.
No, it was the same studio that Tupac got shot in the
Yeah,
first
like
time.
we
They
rode in
just
the
changed
Oh
elevator.
yeah. What's in that?
We rode in the same fucking
dang, I forgot
elevator.
the
That
name
was
of the
like
studio.
They just changed the name of it. I can't think of what it's called. Studio something. It was a number.
Yeah, it
Studio
was
like
Studio Quad Studio.
Quad Studios.
Yeah,
That's
Hey,
what it
that's
is.
what it was.
yeah.
Quad
Quad
Studios.
The elevators still have the bullet holes in them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
Like,
crazy.
Man, that's
dude, it was
crazy.
like I
Yeah.
didn't even bro.
It was
The
cool.
doorman was like, "Yo, we got the ride in this one," and he goes, "Yeah, that's the elevator." And I didn't even know what the fuck they was talking about. And then I saw the bullet holes, and I was like, it was like oh shit. And we got up to the studio, and it was just like a fucking club, and then a studio attached to a whole club.
Kinda, yeah. Just
Like-
Yeah, like a
open
pool
clubbing, yeah.
table, a little bar.
It was nice, bro.
Like
you
if
get
that
ever get
bitch
the
was
chance.
popping, you wouldn't have. This is a club. There's just a bunch of rappers there. You know what I mean? There's just a bunch of artists there when we got up to the top. But like we went in there and they didn't have no. They had one mic and a pair of headphones, and I was like, we're a group. We gotta. And they were like, you just want to come in here and spit this in front of us? And we just like went into a 4x4 room.
It was a tiny ass room, bro.
And it was like two producers, and then we just spit
Two
it
A&Rs
live
and
with no mics, no nothing. And they gave us a pretty a nice deal.
I was dumb nervous. We had to like wait for like 2 hours before we even went in there.
It was definitely the
And
most
just
nervous I've
hang
ever
out in
been.
hang out in
Because
a
I just
room.
like normally I know what to expect.
I didn't feel like I was that nervous because
I always
was
know what to expect, and
so
then that I did not.
fucking ripped off the New York za they had.
Yeah,
out
yeah, I
there
was
is
so
a
fucking
different
high, dude.
animal. So like I was like I don't give a shit what happens to me right now, kind of vibe because
Yeah.
they're butt fire out there. The show.
Yeah,
But
like that weed definitely had me on a whole nother. I had to go in the bathroom and look myself in the mirror and splash some water in my face and be like, "You fucking here for a reason, bro."
but yeah, to answer your question, if like for an actual like record deal, it would just have to be the right deal. I mean, because I think we're really picky even right now. Like we turn down more offers to do shows or whatever just because it's not right for us. So yeah, I think we would sign a record deal if the
Yeah.
deal was right. But I also
I feel
think
like you
that
gotta make bridges, so
we're there enough to like be independent if we get to the right spot.
Yeah.
I would love to sign like maybe like a 2-album deal. Like we do 2 albums for you, blah blah blah. You know,
But it's like
you
normally-
fuck us for 2 albums, but then afterwards you promote us throughout those 2 albums. So whenever we go to independent afterwards,
it'd
we'll
just be way
set.
different because like as of now, we like own the studio, we make our own videos, we do our own cover art, we do our own graphics, we do our own everything. We don't fucking pay anybody to do any kind of outside shit for us to release any music or do an event or anything. So like that's the part that like a label is not gonna have to do. That's why distribution deal is nice. And maybe it did along the lines like what we really need is like a fucking nice distribution deal. Like a really, really,
Or
really,
just
really
good
really-
marketing. Like that's what I mean about getting signed to a label. Like if you're willing to put marketing dollars down for us,
You hear that?
it's
Atlanta?
like
It's just
Let's
like
go.
y'all don't have to do this crazy shit to keep us rolling. Like we fucking we got the music and we do everything else. So it's like y'all don't have to pay anybody else, third party, anybody to do anything for us. We just got this shit. We do. Just give us a date and we'll release the shit.
Okay.
3 months.
So how often do you guys record? And also when did you guys drop your first project?
We're in here like
we
twice,
record,
3 times a day,
Fuck, I don't
or
know.
twice, 3 times a week.
yeah, just
I'd say probably 2 times a week.
we,
That average.
we dropped our first album in like
I can say.
2020,
I think so. Yeah. I think
2020, 2019, something like that. We've dropped 2 albums. Me and Chaos have dropped an
Nah,
album
bro,
together.
we're way off. We're Young Bucks. We dropped our first album in 2021.
Oh wow, what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well that was when we put it on Spotify for the first time. Remember?
June 7th, 2021.
You
Yeah, so
remember?
it's probably out for like 6 months.
Yeah,
before
because we
that.
put it out a year prior, but we were
So it
starting
might
our
have been in
Spotify.
like December of 2020.
Yeah, but me and you dropped because we were as solo album artists dropped a album together like the year before that, I
Yeah,
think.
2020. Yeah, Antagonist EP.
So
So when
Yeah.
y'all dropped music for the first time, like how was the city embracing y'all?
As a group, fantastically. We were way blessed. Like we did not think that was gonna happen. As solo artists, I don't know. It was.
we were all
felt like
pretty.
people
I think we were popping, but I'm saying the first time I dropped
Mm.
as a solo artist, it was like fuck. I mean, no one really. I moved
Well,
here.
it was
no
hard.
one knew who I was.
It
But
was
like,
hard, bro, because like fuck, we were
But
all
then
on
I
getting
helped
booked
you out.
separately during the same goddamn week and
Like,
shit
here's some of
during
my
the same
clout.
month. So you had to buy like 3 tickets to see all 3 of us in a 2-month span. And then once we coincided and made this group, it was like shit. Now they're making music together.
we made
Like,
it public that we were making a group before
and
we really
fans
had
didn't
done
want us to
anything
do
with the
this
group.
shit.
So it's just
Fans
like,
did not want us to do this shit. We just like did it.
They didn't.
No, fans didn't want us to solo artists. Like I feel like our solo, when we was doing solo shit, they all fucked with us. But you had to buy 3 tickets because we was all doing 3 dates, 3 different shows.
Yeah.
And then once we all became a group, they could buy 1 ticket, see all 3 of us, and we were making fucking better music than when we were solo. So it was
Yeah.
like a win-win situation. So definitely, then they started telling people, and they started telling people, and we definitely are blessed to be where we're at the stage
Yeah,
that we're
man.
at.
The city got behind us. It was nice. I don't know why they chose to do it, other than we
Yeah,
made
they don't know
decent
that's a
music,
fucking
but
thing.
like,
They just
yeah,
fuck with
they
us on a whole nother level.
they definitely got behind us, and it was nice to see that. You know what I mean? And be like, damn, people believe in this. You know what I mean? So, shouts to the 417 for real.
Okay. So I know I had looked at you guys bio. I know y'all did some shows already. Could you kind of list some of the shows that y'all just a few of the shows that y'all did, some of the biggest shows y'all did so far?
Yeah.
We did Kasky, Mac Lethal, Riff Raff,
Afro Man.
I didn't do Afro Man.
You probably
Did we
did
not?
Afro Man.
No, not
Did you
RBP.
do
Oh
Afro
yeah,
Man?
I did.
Yeah, that's probably solo. I'm talking like RBP,
Yeah.
Stevie Stone, Joey Cool, pretty much all like the strange music guys. Here in like a month, we're performing at the Gathering of the Juggalos, so that'll be cool. You know,
Yeah.
that'll be a big event.
Don't know what to expect.
Other than that, we've really just been super grinding like smaller 100-person shows. You know what I mean? And then just doing like as many shows as we can in these little hole in the wall areas. You know what I mean? And doing shit. We've probably only done 10 or 12 opening act shows for bigger artists. You know what I mean? Because we've been kind of being selective. There's a lot of artists that come through here, but we don't necessarily always agree with the splits on things, so we'd rather just not do the show and not feel like we sold ourselves out than do it.
Because yeah, we're getting to a point to where it's like our time is like worth
We got
like
sun.
money.
We got shit.
And it,
Like
it might
got
be
shit to
really
do.
nice for, I don't know, fucking Lil Skies to come into town and I could say I opened for him, right? Or we could throw our own show and I can make 7 times the amount of money. You know what I mean? So it's like, in my opinion, I'm like, how about we not do the Little Skies show, wait 3 months, do our own show, but damn near sell the place out, if not sell it out, and make, you know what I mean, just as much money as they did on the Little Sky show because it's the same venue. You know what I mean? And all it is just us. So it's just like, well, you know, we've kind of got to the point where we're like, dude, if it's coming down to just doing the shows to do the shows, we'll do the show. But like, if we're trying to take it as a business standpoint, it's way more profitable to throw your own shows than to
For real.
do anything like that. You know?
Be
What
your
about
own
what about
promoter.
the exposure aspect of that? Like if the right,
I think
yeah, it's the
exposure
right
worked.
artist.
I think it worked the first few times you do a show, but like if I've done 3 to 5 shows here in Springfield, after that, exposure ain't paying my damn bills. These motherfuckers either like me or they don't. You know what I mean? Like, if you've seen me 5 times and you ain't made your decision, I don't need to fucking come see you 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more times at this damn show. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'll do exposure for somewhere like The Gathering where there's going to be thousands and thousands of people there. That's real exposure. To be on some 200, 300 cap room and
Yeah, we just
end
been
up
here too
paying
long.
to play and then being like,
Been
it's
doing this shit.
exposure. Suck a dick for the exposure, man. You keep the damn exposure. I need either the bread or like real exposure, like
Well-
10 actual people being like, yo, let me buy your shirt, let me do this shit, because that shit just, it becomes very repetitive if you're just rapping to the same people, the same relative 200 people. You know what I mean? Like
Well-
exposure could be marketing, like market yourself. That's great exposure.
Exposure is different in Springfield than it is in St. Louis or Kansas City.
For
It's
sure.
like in Springfield,
That's true too.
it's like, not to sound like that, but like almost everybody already knows who we are. And so the exposure doesn't mean as much here as it would in like St. Louis or Kansas City, where like only a handful of people probably know who we are. You know what I mean? And just like that exposure is different. But like here in town, it's like when we're working with a promoter, it's like, listen, you know, we got some pull here. So
And we're
it's
trying to
like,
make some money. We're not trying to make. We're
yeah,
not trying to bake a whole fucking pie in your oven. We're just trying to make some.
we're not charging an arm and a leg or
we're just trying to
anything,
make some
but
bread out this
My
shit.
mindset with it is if someone's gonna come to you and be like, hey, here's 40 tickets, sell them to so and so show because apparently it's not sold out just but because of his name already, so and so bullshit. All the effort you went in selling those 40 to 70 tickets and done all the shit, you could have just thrown your own show and just made more money. It's just my
we
thought
actually
process.
try to sell tickets. It's like a lot of artists, they just like don't sell any tickets and then like show up to the show and expect people to give a fuck about them. It's like, if you want people to watch your set, then like you gotta like fucking push some tickets. It's work. You know what I mean? And I think that's a thing that we deserve money for. It's not just that we have pull or whatever. It's like, hey, we're working for you. So we want a little piece of that. You know what I mean?
Right. So describe the current state of the music scene in y'all city, and do a lot of artists collab in y'all city, or everybody stated themselves?
It's 50-50. I feel like there is so many artists here, but they're all kind of broken up into like 4 cliques.
Yeah.
And like hella people might kind of collab in between the cliques, you know what I mean? But for the most part, it's like, hey, this kind of group of people's throwing a show and doing this, and this kind of group of people's throwing a show and this, you know what I mean? It's not like, I don't think it's any purposeful thing. I think it kind of just happened to where it's just like, hey, you got 35 people that all kind of fuck with each other, 35 people, 35 people, 35 people type thing. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think there's a lot of love. Like people support each other here. You know what I mean? Overall, I would think.
People,
I think
yeah.
Springfield's a hidden gem though, man. There's so many artists. There's a lot of people that I think are whack, but there's a lot of people that I think are super, super dope. And I think that they might not ever get the exposure if Springfield doesn't get a light hit on them. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I hope, you know, the hidden gem of Springfield can be seen by everyone soon, because there's a lot of really good stuff coming out of this area.
Real.
I think, yeah, like every kind of like small mid-range city like Springfield, I think there's a lot of people that like you've never heard of. They just don't market themselves right. And I think that's the issue here, is people spending money on the production of music and not the marketing. Like there might be some dude out there somewhere in Nebraska that's like your artist, like the best artist ever, but he doesn't market himself. and so like no one ever hears about them. There's a lot of talent here, and you know, just from having the studio, like you see a lot of people come through here that I never thought would come through here at all. But yeah, there's a lot of really good talent, just people don't market themselves. But I mean, people are cool, people are nice, and like I think artists are nice to each other.
There's rap beefs every now and then and stuff, just like anywhere else, you know.
But and then the community usually pushes those people out.
Right.
Like there's somebody every once in a while that comes along that like everybody fucking hates, and like those dudes
But
just
they do
like
it to
get,
themselves. It's not that they're being bullied or anything like this. Like someone comes around with like this 6ix9ine complex, like, hey, no matter what everyone's kind of building here, I'm gonna fuck it down because I'm the best. And it's just like, nah, man, like we don't need this shit here. So we kind of just, and
people
I think that's kind
controversy, trying to start controversy,
I
just
think that's
trolling
kind of what
people.
starts with how those cliques started in the first place. Is maybe, you know, way before we were on the scene. You know, there's just old beef that no one even remembers about, that these people just kind of don't run with the same circles anymore. You know what I mean, type thing. But Springfield's dope.
Yeah.
So list some of the artists that you work with so far that people might know, and some artists that you want to work with in the future.
I just did a little hook for I think he's like an underground artist. He goes by Baku San. I don't know if you've heard of him. But
No.
like I really haven't reached out to try to get on any type of big features because bro, I know motherfuckers who like make money. I know people who like make money and pay for these. I know people who got
Features that everybody you
like
want to have a feature
literally,
with, and
bro.
they
Like
can't
I
even get
got
show.
people who got features with Key Glock and from anybody and on, and they just don't get the exposure because bro, you gotta be. People get it twisted. It's just like you can't just pay for these features. You just can't make a hit song. People think you can just make a hit song, put it on the internet, blah 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 blah. Nah,
I've
like,
done
you gotta be like
a handful of bigger names though. Like
I don't
work
even
with
know what the
Cassidy,
categories are.
Work with Mac Lethal, work with Oren Major, Michael Christmas. I got an unreleased song with Mark Battles that I'm kind of just piddling around with right now to figure out what I'm gonna do with. So it's like, I mean, you know, they're nice and it's cool to work with these bigger guys, you know what I mean, and stuff. But I think
They just don't want to work a lot of the time.
as far as like from an exposure point, you know what I mean, from an artist, unless they're putting the song out, all of their fans really aren't gonna go and look at it. So it's like people think, you know, I'm gonna buy a song with, unless it's Drake, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna buy a song with fucking Smino, like we were talking about earlier, you know, unless there's only the hardcore Smino fans are gonna go listen to that. Everybody else, Smino didn't put that song out, so like they have no, his team's not backing it to push this thing. So like,
If you're gonna invest in a
it'd be-
feature, buy in features like Mark Battles, people who haven't hit absolute crazy stupid fucking billboard yet, who are on the way.
but are super dope. You
That
know
are
what I mean?
super
or
fucking-
invest
that are-
in
they're just-
yourself so you
those
become
people
that
who are
person
just
people want to buy features from.
the underrated motherfuckers, dude. Because like they're just 1 second you're just like, yo, I got a feature with this dude. He was on No Jumper and just got into a fight with this stupid motherfucker and went
Right.
viral. Like, you know what I mean? Like people be missing out on that shit and it's cheap. Like it's cheap. And then they blow up like, dude. And
It'd
then
be
they
dope to get a
blow up and
song
then you
with,
can't get it.
There's an artist called Blast, BLXST. I'd really like to work
Yeah,
with
I
him in
know
the
him.
future. Blast is dope, man. I swear, I was telling these boys before he blew up, I was telling them, like, this guy's gonna blow the fuck up. This guy's gonna blow the fuck up. Sure enough, he did, bro. Like, that would be a great person, you know what I mean? I'd want to work with in the
Dax
future.
did a show. You remember? Don't you know Dax?
Yeah.
He did a fucking show in our city before he was famous, and nobody tapped in. And I was like, what? Because Rich, a well-known promoter here in our city, put him on, and he was dope as fuck, but nobody knew who he was. And then 2 months later, he's like trending on number 1, 2, and 3 on YouTube. It's like, dude,
I saw
you
him,
probably could have hit him up and got a feature for $200. Like,
That's crazy.
I saw a meme the other day that like 2 or 3 years ago he was just a janitor.
He
dude,
was, bro.
Yeah, and then there's one day
he
he
did.
just
Tech put him on. Tech did a show and like brought Dax on as an opener, and nobody knew who the fuck he was. He was not the dude, and I don't even know if he knew who he was because he definitely, from the videos I saw and shit, he was a whole different dude that he is now than he was then.
Russ would be dope. Cal Scrubby would be dope.
Hell yeah.
Rimble.
Bo
Fuck.
Burnham.
I mean,
We all love
do-
Bo Burnham.
If we could bring Daft Punk back to do like a group collab, and they just made the beat, and then we hopped on this shit, that would be tight. You know, I don't know.
Whatever happened to David
I
Guetta?
want to do like weird shit. If we like had like anything, it's like fuck it, let's get like Pitbull and DJ Khaled on some shit. You know what I mean? Like if you give me like all the money in the world, it's like that's a hit. Like I know it is. No one's not listening to that. You know what I mean? Like fuck it. Like I think it'd be funny to do some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But,
throw some Bo Burnham in there.
right.
Just
I mean, fuck, dude.
Shut up.
What are some
God.
things? Well, what are some things y'all like doing in your spare time when y'all not doing music?
now, why don't you answer that, Cody?
Hitting dabs, playing video games, working, trying to make this bread, bro.
Yeah.
That's
They got
it.
kids, so they probably taking care of their kids.
Yeah.
I'm
My
really
boy.
Hanging out
straight
with
up-
kids is fun.
I-
And they like the same things that we do. So
if I ain't
that's cool.
going to work, I'm either making beats or I might casually watch some anime. But it's like other than that, like I'm making these damn beats or trying to get this shit going because it's like these beats take time. So it's like if I got 6 hours in the day, I might be able to get a few out. You know what I mean? And then we have some shit to work with when we come back to the studio. So
This
I don't
shit
know,
is
man.
fun to do.
that's what I'm saying. I really enjoy producing. So it's like that's other than making music, I may like as I say, I might watch a little bit of TV, but like it's just consumed my life. Like if I'm not clocking in, I'm clocking in. You know what I mean? Here. So it's just like
Yeah, besides doing this, I do like watching TV and movies.
for
I
real.
enjoy the cinema.
Shout out Stranger Things season 4.
Yeah.
You know.
Shout out the
Yeah.
boys.
Shout out the boys for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to catch
Hey.
up. I'm like midway through season 2 right
Yeah, I
Oh,
like
for
that
real?
show too.
now. Yeah, bro.
It's good, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So describe your short and long term goals as far as what you guys trying to accomplish with the music.
Short term,
Bread.
start making
Long-term bread.
yeah, just money, man. Like we don't need to be famous,
Short
Don't give a
realistically,
fuck.
but like we just need to make some
about any of
more
that.
money.
short
Seriously,
term would
give
be
us in a
tour.
couple-
We want to go on tour. We want to get that shit rolling
Yeah.
soon. That's our next step. Set up a tour, get it going. Long term, financial stability. You know what I mean?
In other words, money.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I mean,
I'd
I
be,
want to get to
I'd
the
be
point
cool
where
with
it's
like
like
40
cool,
grand a
we're
year.
doing our
Just for
career, we're
music.
doing this
Dude,
other
yeah.
stuff, and then
Yeah.
40 grand a year each of us.
we
I'm
can also
cool.
be involved in other things.
Yeah. We
You know what I
just
mean? Other
trying
than
to.
music,
We
like,
really just trying to do this shit.
make
fucking
beats for
full-time
Netflix, make
because-
you know what I mean, jingles, make
I
this
don't
other
feel like
stuff,
we're
make
far away.
commercials, you know what I mean, and shit. So
Okay. So what's some things y'all have coming up for 2022, upcoming projects, things like that, or for beginning of next year?
we're not gonna release an album this year. We're just gonna do singles the rest of the year. We got
But,
this song "Party."
It's
that's
coming
about
out.
to come out.
It's coming out this month in July
Got the
at
video
some
shot.
point.
It looks really dope. It's different than anything we've done before. It's like a 2000s like pop rock song kind of. So it's not hip hop, but it's dope. We got a big ass house party and we shot a video for it and stuff. So it's gonna be banging. We're going to the gathering of the Juggalos, like I said earlier. So we're really looking forward to that. We have the world championships for coast to coast hip hop to possibly win 50,000 in Miami in November. So we're gonna be going and doing that.
Scott Storch hosted the winners table
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah,
No.
that'd
So
be really dope.
it's a
Good
big
to
it's
meet
a
him.
big deal. Like I'm pretty sure like coast to coast is what put the whole YBN, the mirror, the whole YBN
No,
crew
it
on.
was Lil Mosey. Lil
Was it?
Mosey won coast to coast. Yeah,
Oh.
Oh shit.
yeah, Lil Mosey won coast to coast. YBN.
We about to be on that little Mosey shit.
Well,
I got it, bro.
anyway, but yeah, I mean, like we have some smaller stuff. Like it's Tim's birthday fucking next week, so we're throwing him a show. You know what I mean? But like other than that,
We
we're
already made like
we're really
800.
not. I don't know. Our two big focuses are getting music out right now and trying to have a plethora of songs. So when 2023 hits and then we want to go on tour, we have new music to give everyone. You know, because right now we're like kind of doing the same set and maybe tossing in one song. So our big focus, other than these two big shows, has just been what are we putting out? You know, what's new that we can make that seems like it's going to be our new single. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Whatever
it's
it
getting to the
is.
point where like
We have a lot of stuff shelved. We're just getting picky at this point, is what it is. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
The people have been fucking with us. It's just when we dropped that song that you played earlier, Rockstar, it's like our whole shit changed up. Like people were hitting us up from all over the place, just
Dude,
trying
I
to
could
get
not
us
go
to do
into
a
Come
show.
and Go for 2 months after we dropped Rockstar.
Right.
I swear to God, I couldn't buy my gas for 2 months. Like
Yeah.
it was fucked up, and it was just like that. We've kind of been like chasing that next step after that. You know what I mean? Since we're like, what are we gonna do that is gonna be, you know, as big or as good as that? Because everyone has a little bit of an eye on us, kind of figuring out what we're gonna do. So we've been slowing down on the shows and really trying to work on singles, 1 to 2 singles a month, because we put out 2 albums, so we have a little bit of a catalog. Right now, we want to focus on quality,
Yeah.
especially now that it's
Yeah,
it's
I
only
mean,
us
dude,
3.
it
It's
is
been an
not
adjustment
quantity.
to try to make the
Give a
music.
fuck.
You know what I
It
mean?
is
Going.
not quantity. Look at the Chris Brown album. Not quantity. Not quantity. It is quality. Definitely. You got to make sure you're coming correct. And I'm glad we got this little deal because fuck, I've just dropped albums in my solo career, and if I could just go back and take every fucking song down
We
and
could.
release them as a single,
Fuck it.
I would. I mean, it's for real, because it's just people's attention span nowadays is quick. They don't, you know what I mean? People don't sit and listen. The mass majority of people don't.
Patience doesn't
The ones,
exist
the
anymore.
consumer ones.
Yeah, I better really like you if I'm gonna listen to your whole album. Like you
For
better be a West
real.
Side Boogie. You better be a Kendrick. You know
You
what I
need
mean,
to
or
hit
something
me
like that.
like-
Where I'm not sitting through the whole motherfucking
Yeah,
thing.
like you need to hit me
I'm
like
out, bro.
2055, but Sleepy Hollow type of shit. Like fucking
That first 30 seconds better be good.
okay, this is
Right,
I
listen.
okay. Like
That's why a lot of people do EPs, like with like 3 or 4 songs.
Right.
Yeah.
it's just because in a label also when they sign you and shit, if you release an album, a studio album and whatnot, they base what they pay you off of your fucking album sales. And if you never release an album and you just release singles, they've got to give you a ballpark, you know, average of what they think that you would make, like what your actual worth would be, you know, because people be fucking with you from the long way, but people just, you know what I mean? They just like,
Yeah, I know 50 Cent, not 50, Nipsey. I know before he died in the interview, Nipsey Hussle said that it was the best advice that 50 Cent gave him was he told him never to drop a studio album before he signed his deal.
that's where I got that
He
from.
said-
I swear to God, that's where I got that from.
He
Swear
said
to
he
God,
thought
that's where I
remember
got that
mixtapes, the
from.
Crenshaw and all them was mixtapes, and then you know the album that he dropped, Victory Lap, was after he got signed to a major.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuck with me when I heard that shit. I was like,
It's too
whoa.
late for us. We already be dropping, baby.
Because like a lot of people like he's like that dude's praised where he's from. You know what I mean? And people outside of the city don't even know, but they spent money on him and don't even know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they don't even know. And that's just like fuck the fame, bro. I just need to take care of my kids. And that shit definitely a big influence of mine too. It's just the way that dude operated. He had so much fucking money and you would never know, bro. You would just never know. And I feel like rappers live off of how much money you think they have. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, it's all an illusion.
that's just a thing. And it's just like, man, no, make smart investments, pay your fucking taxes. Pay your
Yeah.
taxes. Because that's what be putting these rappers out nowadays, bro. Is not paying their fucking taxes.
And the label don't tell them that.
No, bro, you're a 1099 employee. You should know.
Exactly.
You should know.
But that's why a lot of people, like you see a lot of people blow up and then you never hear about them again. Is
Because they didn't pay their
because the
fucking
IRS
taxes.
gets on their shit.
Well, I feel like in
that
today's time, a lot
goes
of
to
people-
your circle. You gotta have the right people around you. Like you'll have a lot of liabilities around you, or people that just around for the ride, but they're not giving you good information. I mean, it's good to have people that you know have fun with and things like that, but you gotta have that 1 or 2 people to be like, hey, bro, like you've been spending too much money, or you need to put some of this away for taxes. You know, taxes gonna come up in a couple months. You need to slow down a
You
little.
need at least one OG in your life telling you what to do, man.
For real, and I'm like we're blessed to like, and RIP Chris, because like he was one of the realest motherfuckers who kept us in check, bro. when it came to anything like that. Bro. It was fucking, bro. I'm telling you, fucking these were the only dudes that I know that I felt was like, yo, I got like 10 people outside, armed like Afghanistan, would fuck me up, bro. I'm gonna call these motherfuckers, bro. Like,
And Tin's gonna hang up, and
I
I'm on
wouldn't-
the way. I got you, G.
I wouldn't know what to do, but I would show up. Like, I'd probably go down.
He's on
be like-
FaceTime.
be like,
I just
yo,
got Tin's
let me
number
talk
on
about
FaceTime.
this.
to
Let me
me, bro.
talk about this.
I would just, I just call the police. Just be like, Cody,
Nah,
damn
that
it,
ain't no-
Cody, I'll help you out.
No, you definitely need some solid, and that's what, bro. I like. We a lot of people are afraid to take notes, and that's something that we take notes. And bro, everybody who's got a
Studying
team out there
constantly, bro.
that's solid, has people around them. If it's not themselves that are just constantly checking themselves, like, yo,
Well, even the people in the city that are doing well in our city, if you look around them, they all have a team around them. The big people who are doing big things and bringing a crowd and selling these tickets and getting exposure on their songs, it's not these solo artists who are doing this. It's people who have created a manager and working with the producer, and they got a guy doing their videos and people helping push this. It's never going to be a solo game. You're never going to just get into this and hops in your way into everything. You know
even
what I mean?
even
Like,
the solo
you know
artists.
what I mean? Like
Jesus
one out of
Christ, you got
100 people,
30,
one out of
40
1,000
people on the
people could maybe do
payroll.
it, but like having a team is very important.
Yeah, that's like what he was saying. Some within my research, that's what somebody was saying was, not one person can do this. It's like everybody that's successful has everybody behind the scenes, but like the viewers only see this one guy, like whether it be like Drake or Kanye or whatever, just like they see this one guy and they think, oh, this guy's doing all this shit. But no, he's got like 10, 20 people behind him, like pushing it and making money off this dude. Like it's impossible without a team of people
Seriously,
behind you,
and it's
like
just,
doing little jobs for.
just like you got to
the
put
whole
that ego,
movement.
that pride, that animosity aside for 2 seconds.
It's a business.
And figure out how to make some motherfucking
Yeah.
money and make some people happy and change some people's fucking lives at the same time. Like, is this possible? Because a lot of people out here aren't in it for the long term. They in it to either get a girlfriend, to make one good song, just to get pussy nonstop, or fucking God, bro. I don't know. It's just like music always seems to be on the back burner. And fuck that, bro. We're just trying to make the best music possible and then get all that pussy after.
We all have girlfriends. There's
Yeah,
not gonna
but-
be any pussy for us, but our friends will get pussy.
You might have to get it. My girl likes it.
And his girl likes the pussy, bro. So maybe not you.
I've got enough. That's what Carl was saying. That's what Carl was saying. He was like, I'm gonna fuck all the girls that are trying to fuck you. It's just like I'm just gonna roll with you guys. It's just like
That's
fuck
funny.
all them bitches that are trying to fuck you guys.
I hope you do, G. I hope you do.
Mm-hmm.
So before we wrap this up, got two last things. How do you want people to receive you guys and know you for?
Ask that again.
I don't want people to think that this was an overnight thing. I want when they like see really bad people to be like, hey, these motherfuckers, I feel like we have a stigmatism on us sometimes, just being like, they probably got everything handed to them their whole lives. But it's like you have no clue that like
Ask us one
we,
time.
you know what I mean? Like I had the opposite of a silver spoon. I wish I was reaching for it. You know what I mean? But like when people see us, I want to be portrayed that like, yo, we earned this spot. Like we make good music and we work hard. This is not some industry plant shit. This is nothing like that. Like this is really bad people, really good music. You know what I mean? Like that's it.
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah, just like that we're relatable. It's like we're not trying to seem like we're so above everybody else. It's just like we're just regular guys,
Just
like everybody else. We're
just
fucking
not
weird
afraid,
and awkward.
just not afraid to be ourselves, and the people who want to hate are just afraid to be themselves. It's like, bro, I had to stop giving a fuck. You got to stop giving a fuck
Yeah,
about
you
this
just gotta
if you
do
wanna
what
be
other people-
successful in this shit.
Well,
You just gotta stop giving a fuck about what anybody else is gonna think about you. If you're gonna do this shit successfully, you gotta hit the shit with 100% of your mental and artistic ability. And fucking, you can't do that shit if you're worried about what some fucking stupid motherfuckers worried about you sounding like, or sounding too much like this person, or not sounding enough like this person. It's like, fuck all that. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
And bro, there's how many people on this fucking planet, dude?
Like
7 billion.
50?
God damn, bro, you only need
Yeah.
like fucking 200, 300 solid motherfuckers buying your shit every time, like to make a living out this shit. So
Not if you're a group. You need about 1,000. But
Short
a
answer.
piece.
We just want to be fun. We just want to be approachable. I think we're pretty approachable. I mean,
I don't want to be
You know.
approachable. I want you out here
yeah, you want
doing
people
all
to
this
fear
crazy
you.
shit to me.
I don't
but
even lie. I broke down today and signed an autograph. So I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just think that we're relatable to people. We're not like lying about a whole bunch of shit. I mean, I think almost anything we talk about,
About a
anybody
whole
else
bunch of
could do. Anything we talk about, anybody else could probably do if they just put in the work. We're just taking the risk.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing is you gotta take the risk. You gotta put in the work, and you gotta fucking stand 10 toes, not 9, 10, fucking on it.
It's not fair to the people who have 9 toes.
Well, get 10.
Jesus.
So
But yeah,
so yeah, man. So closing remarks. Anything else that y'all want people to know about before we get off of here and let people know how to find you on social media and things like that?
website.
ReallyBadPPL.com. It's got everything you would need to find us. ReallyBadPPL.com.
You go on Apple Music, YouTube,
Anywhere you
Spotify.
listen to your
Literally
music.
from Spotify
Anywhere.
to Deezer.
Anywhere you
Everything.
listen to your music. Rockstar video, I Want video, Spaceship video out now. Go check them out.
You want to?
Party on the way.
Yes, it'll drop in July, either the 15th or like the 22nd or something
Soon
like
as
that.
fuck.
So we're very prepared on this release, obviously.
Well, yeah, man, I appreciate y'all coming on the podcast. I've been doing this for 2 years now. I retired out the military 2 years ago, and I was doing security for celebrities for about 3 years, and I just stopped here recently, and I just started working at the post office. But
What celebrities have you worked for?
I used to do security mainly for Vori. I don't know if you know who Vori is. He's Meek Mill's artist. He was on Kanye's West Donda's album.
Oh,
He was-
Okay.
He was the one singing on that No Child Left Behind song.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, that one that's there for Shakari Richardson. Yeah, I did security for him, Meek Mill, Fabo, Boosie,
Yeah.
and
Any crazy shit ever happen?
Jamal Brown. Not really. Like you get more crazy stuff doing security at a club than you do doing it with like a
I
high
fucking believe
profile
that, bro.
person.
That's what I do half the
That's
time now.
literally
I work
his-
security at the club, bro. I get it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I appreciate you having us on, bro, and,
Yeah, man, for
asking
real.
us questions like that for real, because mostly motherfuckers just ask us the same shit. And that definitely was
That was
refresh-
nice. You asked some good questions.
Yeah, it
man.
was definitely refreshing to get some questions like that, because a lot of people are kind of afraid to push the boundary with shit, you know what I mean? Fucking appreciate that for real.
Yeah, I don't really believe in writing questions. I just try to just get a feel for the person and just go off that, just transition from beginning to end,
It works better because we've done plenty of podcasts. We felt like we're off Google.
Yeah.
You know, and we could have recorded it ourselves. So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It was definitely genuine, and I appreciate that shit.
Oh yeah, man. I drop every Monday at 12 o'clock. No, this episode will come out on what is it? 19, 20, August 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works.
Perfect.
Is the party video gonna be out by then?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
Let's send him a
Really?
let's send him a clip then.
Yeah,
It's
because
gonna be out. It's gonna be clipped. That way, when he drops it, he can fucking put it on that shit. If you're cool with that.
yeah, August 22nd. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit, we might even have a song that we don't even know about out then.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
Word.
Yeah.
Check us out.
I do
Real.
podcasts on other real stuff too, like as far as just real life stuff, like people that I know people might come across, like child support, relationships, anything,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's like a real life topic that you can have like a barbershop type of conversation about, you know what I'm saying? So I do that type of stuff too, but
Shit. I'm glad you didn't ask me about any of that, bro. God damn, I'm trying to get some fucking money before I start talking about that shit. For real. Fuck.
but yeah,
Well,
man,
shit,
anytime.
we'll definitely let our people know. Send them your way.
For real, bro.
Oh yeah, man.
Definitely
Yeah.
one of the best interviews we've done in a long time. In a
Yeah,
long fucking time.
Yeah, man. Anytime y'all want to come on, man, you can just hit me up, man. And I don't know if y'all got my Instagram. My Instagram is Eric J the Great. So that's why I post all information about my podcast and on my Facebook page too, that Eric J the Great. And I just subscribed to y'all YouTube channel today. So
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Seriously.
Please go sub to our YouTube if you're watching this, man.
He's
Really
about to
bad
go.
people.
He's about to go follow you on Instagram right now.
I am right now.
yeah, I'm on 13 different streaming platforms as far as my podcast. I'm on every possible podcast platform, whether that's
Yeah.
Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple, Google, or all those. But Spotify and YouTube are the only ones that shows video. All the other ones is straight audio.
Right.
So
Well, shit, man. We in the audio game, so I hope they're enjoying it.
oh yeah, man.
It's best that it's audio. People might take us more seriously.
Right. At least cut this half. Of the
Yeah,
video
at least
off.
cut this whole half of the video off. And people might take us more seriously. These guys actually look like rappers. I look like I'm just their manager.
Yeah, I look like I'm not
Just,
tatted up. All my non-tattoos are on this one side. I probably look like a straight up civilian over here.
I'm
You
just-
have no clue what I look like on this half.
I'm
of my
just their
body.
chaperone. You're just making sure.
It's funny as fuck.
But yeah, man. Anytime y'all want to come on
Nah,
the
bro, it's
podcast,
totally
man, just, feel free to hit me up anytime. You know, I do these every week, and I'll drop once a week. So, you know, I just got monetized on YouTube 2 weeks ago. So
Awesome. Congrats, man. For real. Congrats.
That's what's up.
Bro, we still trying to get to that motherfucking point. We're so
Yeah.
fucking close, dude.
Yeah, we close, man.
yeah, you just have to get the 4,000 watch hours and 1,000
We have all the
subscribers.
watch hours. We don't have 1,000 subs. Is our problem.
Yeah, we got
We have like
way over the
900
watch
subs.
hours.
But yeah, our watch hours are great. We just aren't to the sub mark.
Yeah, we
once
just
you
hit
get
like
the
900
subs, it's like a little tab, and you can apply for it. And then like once you apply for it and they approve it, they got other stuff you can do too. Like you can do like memberships, like monthly memberships and all type of stuff. I was playing around with it
Is
earlier.
that where
Yeah.
people like gift subs back to you and shit?
Well, no, like I
your
did a
sub.
monthly membership on my channel where I charge people $5 a month, and you can make community posts on your YouTube channel that's just strictly for the people that's paying, and you can get them like early access to videos and stuff for the people that's paying before you drop the video out for people that's not
That's dope.
subscribed.
Yeah, that's super dope.
Yep.
We're just fucking close.
Appreciate that game.
I
man.
honestly think that party video when y'all see that shit, I guarantee we'll be at 1,000 subs by then. Because
so.
that shit is fucking insane, bro.
I'm
Party
hoping by the
videos
time
are
this
most
drops,
They-
this
some-
whole thing
bro,
drops will be there.
Shout out to Batman. Homie showed up with a fucking leaf blower with like a 3-ounce bowl attachment, a fucking weed to that bitch, and we boxed it in a utility van. So it's in the video. So and Chaos and I endured that, and I fucking shut the door and lost control of the handle.
Yeah, man, it was rough in there, bro.
It was fucking It was
I
bad.
had to take my
bro.
glass like the whole time I'm in the
You
video.
can't even
I can't even like
see.
see. And my
Like-
glasses are off. There's tears streaming down my face. I'm like, screw it. We got one take. We ain't ruining this, man.
We gotta send him a clip because if it's coming
Yeah.
out then,
It'll be
that-
dope.
we just
It'll be out for like almost 2 months by then, or a month by then. A month by then.
Yeah.
Well,
well, we
that's
send
what I'm
it to him.
saying. We'll send him.
Yeah.
We'll send you the video and if we can clip it first if you want to, but
Yeah,
you just send
yeah.
fucking video and you can clip what you want to out of it if you'd rather do that. Because
Oh,
it'll
yeah.
be out like a month.
Yeah, you
We're
could
really
send
breaking
me
third wall on this podcast.
you could just
We'll
send me
recorded.
Podcast.
yeah, you could just send me like a 50 or 60-second clip and then I post it like probably like 2 days before the episode drops, something like that.
Oh yeah, man.
Bet, bro.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Once again, thank you so much for real. It was good to meet you.
Oh yeah, man. Just feel free to hit me up anytime on Instagram or anything if y'all want to
Definitely got you. I just followed you, so we'll be in touch for
Yeah.
sure.
I got my phone on the charger. As soon as that bitch tell, I'm gonna hit it.
Okay. All right, man. This concludes today episode, and you guys have a good night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too,
You
man.
too.
Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
All right, too.